So, hey, y'all. Hey, I don't know where you are joining me from today in Facebook and YouTube land, but wherever you're joining me from, you know what I need you to do? I need you. I need you. I need you to hashtag live and tell me where you're joining me from. If you are watching the replay, click hashtag, do hashtag replay and tell me where you're joining me from for the replay. As always, give me the hearts, the loves, the likes, all the things. Share it to your story, share it to your page. Also, make sure you share it in groups where you have permission to share it too. So we are going to go ahead and get in this thing and get started. Hey, so if you already don't know, the topic of today's Tuesday Thoughts is your feelings are fickle. I said what I said. Your feelings are fickle. So look, there is scientific proof. Scientific, has primary, secondary sources. One of those, there is proof that your feelings, the emotion that you have in a certain moment, it only lasts for they say it's like 90 seconds. So after that 90 seconds, whatever the emotion is that you are feeling, that is now on you. That is a you choice. That is a personal choice that you are making to sit in that particular emotion, to choose not to move out of that emotion. And then you are now choosing to allow that emotion to run your entire afternoon, day, week, month, whatever. Your feelings are fickle. And you know this, we know this, we know that our feelings are fickle. Our feelings and our little emotions will get us in trouble, will get us caught up. If you look back over your life, okay, you don't want to look back over your life. Let's look back over mine and how fickle feelings have gotten me caught up and in trouble when it absolutely positively wasn't even necessary, when it wasn't even that deep, when it wasn't even worth it, because our feelings will cause us to sometimes stay in situations way longer than we should stay in them. They cause us to enter situations that we should not ever enter in the first place. Okay, I have been in a whole relationship with someone and I accepted a lot of things I should not have accepted. Why? Because my little fickle feelings were like, oh, I love him. Oh, I gotta be with him. Oh, he's just so this or just so that. And he was not just so this or just so that anything. My feelings, my internal things were causing me to stay in a situation, in a space, in a relationship that was not healthy, that I should have never been in the first place. Why? Because feelings are fickle. When you are upset about something and you mess around and say the thing that you should not say, you know the thing that you can now not take back because of your fickle feelings. And after you say it, most of the time, once it leaves your lips, you're like, ooh, probably shouldn't have said that. Or sometimes because your feelings have you so prideful, so caught up that you wait a little while, even though you know, and then it still kind of hits you like, bruh. But now you've said this thing that you can't take back. And now you're trying to backtrack, or you're trying to find a way to make it better, to make it be something that it wasn't. Like, I didn't mean to say it. I was upset. Because why? Your feelings are fickle. We know our feelings are fickle. Women, I'm coming for us right now. We have a cycle. A lot of us have a cycle every month. And every month, our hormones, they shift up and down, left and right, all in the places. And because our hormones are shifting in these places, then it causes our emotions to shift and move. There will be little things that mean absolutely nothing, but in those few days during the month, it makes it seem like that little thing is the size of Mount Everest because our emotions are not even keel where they usually are for the majority of the month, right? Because our feelings are fickle. So my mom taught me something when I was young, when I first started having my cycle. And some people would say this was harsh, but I really appreciate her for this. She said, "You are a woman. You are going to have your cycle every single month. You do not get to allow your cycle to be an excuse for bad behavior. Your cycle is not an excuse to be angry. Your cycle is not an excuse to have an attitude." I am not dismissing, and she was not dismissing, the shift in our emotions. But what she was saying and teaching me was, you have control over your emotions. I do understand that there are women that their cycle is like they have these extra health issues that go on with their cycle, those exceptions, and they have to do other things to try to regulate and do the things. I'm talking to us like me that have regular cycles every month, that we don't get to use that as the reason to show out once a few days every month. It can't be your excuse. I'm on my period. That can't be your excuse because our feelings are fickle. And so because of that, I was always self-aware of when my cycle would show up. And when I was self-aware, it caused me to be more intentional about making sure that I did not allow the shift in my emotions to control how I acted during that time of the month. So most people don't ever know when I have that time of the month unless I tell them, because my emotions are not moved. I've trained myself not to let my emotions be moved by my cycle because emotions and feelings are fickle. They really are. And if we begin to really rest in that and really understand that our feelings are fickle, we won't allow our feelings, those emotions, to run us. I don't know about you. I don't like feeling controlled by anything or anybody because God is a perfect gentleman. He is not even out here trying to control us. He gives us free will. And so because if he gives us free will, then the idea of other people or things trying to control me, it causes me, I don't like it. I get real about it because I don't like it. So if you can just relate your emotions, your feelings to being fickle, your feelings to being something that tries to control you. And if you don't like the idea of something trying to control you, then you begin to say, hold up. What we're not going to do is this. I'm not saying you don't have a right to feel your feelings because we have a right to feel the feeling. We have a right to feel the emotion. We have the right to be able to have the space to walk through the feeling, to walk through the emotion. I am saying that what we should not do is allow those emotions, allow those feelings to run us, to control us, to dictate how we are going to respond. Because when you're in your feelings, you're not responding, you're reacting. To not allow feelings to cause us to react. And then we have to come back and apologize for things. For not to allow our feelings to then equal us doing things or saying things that we would not normally do or say. That is what I am saying when I say feelings are fickle. That once you get to feel the emotion, you get to feel the feeling, you get to move through it, but you shouldn't want to sit in it. You shouldn't want that feeling, that emotion to run you, to control you. Because he who angers you controls you. And I'm, like I said, I'm just not the one that's for the things and the people trying to feel like it can convey or it can control me. So if we sit in the space and always remember these feelings here, they're fickle. and sometimes they're raggedy, and sometimes they're trying to do the most. If we remember that thing, then when something happens and we have a feeling like we're irritated, we're frustrated, pissed off, if we're angry, if it hurts our feelings, it makes us sad, any of the things, even excitement and joy, those can be fickle too. Because excitement and joy, if we get so excited and we get wrapped up in so much excitement, sometimes it causes us to have blinders on. And then we forget all the other stuff that really is important. And then we bank all the things in the excitement. And then we're not ever moving forward to create another level of the thing that caused the excitement in the first place. And sometimes excitement will cause us to exhaust ourselves because, oh, this felt good. So let me do it some more so I can feel good again. And then we're exhausted. Huh? All the feelings are fickle. When love is not coming from a healthy place, it can be fickle because then we're out here loving on people in ways that we should be loving on them, which causes us to put them in positions in our lives that they shouldn't be in. Our feelings are fickle. Because you know the saying that, I fell in love and then I fell out of love. But did you? Did you? That's why I like the saying I grow in love. Because I want the love to grow. Because if I can fall out of it, if I fell into it, sometimes we fell into it and we should have never fallen into it or tripped into it in the first place. And then we're talking about we fell out of it. So I prefer we grow in love. Because again, feelings are fickle. Just look over your life for the past week and consider the feelings and the emotions that you had. The number of feelings and emotions that you may have had over the past 7 days. And if it's not kind of the steady thing, if it's this, feelings are fickle. So I want us to begin to intentionally assess the feelings and the emotions that we have on a regular basis. I want us to begin to pay attention and be intentional about our feelings and our emotions, to recognize them, to say, okay, I feel this thing. Why am I feeling this particular emotion? Why am I feeling this type of way? Do the work, move through the feeling, move through the emotion, and get back to your steady state of happiness and joy. The steady state of happiness and joy. And learn to rest in that. Because when you learn to rest in that and you make the decision that you're going to be happy, when you make the decision that you're going to be at peace, when you make the decision that you're going to walk in joy, then those other feelings and other emotions, when they try to show up, then you're like, no, what is that? Why is that here? Why am I feeling this way? And you do the work so you can stop feeling this way and you can process and walk through it. And so you can stay on that steady thing. And then even when something shows up that takes your happy and joy way up here, you're like, oh, okay, this was great. But let's come on back down here because our bodies don't know the difference between good stress or bad stress. And so sometimes when we're stressed, it's not because something bad happened, it's because something really, really good happened and our body doesn't know the difference and it reacts the same way. Feelings are fickle. So that's what I came to tell y'all today. Feelings are fickle, and it is our responsibility to control those feelings and not to allow the feelings to control us. So I appreciate y'all as always. Thank you for sitting with me for my Tuesday thoughts. I am looking forward to next week's Tuesday thoughts. So if you don't already do that, follow your girl on Facebook. Follow your girl on Instagram at Santresa Marie. Follow your girl on TikTok at Santresa Marie. And come stay surrounded with the goodness and the joy and the happy and all the things. I just want us to live our best lives. And one of the ways that we live our best lives is to recognize that feelings are fickle and we should control them. They should not control us. All right. I appreciate you. I love you. I will see you and talk to you next week for some more Tuesday Thoughts. I'll holler at y'all later.